All right, and welcome back to another exciting episode of Minetest gameplay of sorts. Yeah. And we're chilling out at the modern farmhouse here. Show you some new stuff, answer some questions. Cool. So, it is 73 degrees in Chicagoland area. Very nice. The cherry trees are blossoming. It's really beautiful outside. And I'm sitting here in a make-believe world. I'll be outside in a minute though. So there is that. Yeah, so how's everybody doing? Great. And we got some comments and a picture. So let us get on to that real quick while the frog there decides whether or not he's going to go into the pool and swim. Do whatever frogs do. So, and there's a release of 5.7.0. But first, there's Jerry. There is the Flamingo Motel. Very cool. And I've seen style buildings like this. There's a Japanese hotel where they have the stairs on the outer side going up. But that's very cool. And it's pink. Thus, Flamingo Motel. So, excellent job. And if you would like your screenshot of Minetest gameplay, I don't know why I have to specify that. You can send them to richardjeffreyshow@gmail.com. Awesome. And I add usually like spoilers of what I'm working on, so you can see those there. So it's just a cheap way of getting you to go to my website because nobody else does. But 5.7.0 is out for Minetest, and but my server is actually, the server is 5.5. If you can see that up in the corner. Well, it says Minetest 5.70, but the server is actually 5.51. And my server is an 1804 Ubuntu installation, which I tried updating it to 2004, having some problems with it. And I guess there's a problem compiling the game. I had this problem on 5.6 also, which is why the server is running 5.51. And it wouldn't compile. So I did see somewhere in the GitHub log that the what do you call it? Compiling on 1804 had been disabled because of one of the files for compiling isn't compatible. So they'll work through that. But I do have to get the server updated. If I could pick you up, Mr. Frog, I'd throw you in the water. Because there's a turtle in the water. Nice. All right, so let's go take a look. And I like coming out to visit some of these builds because they're awesome. Well, I think so. And I remembered how... Oh, I got to go downstairs. I remembered how to get the automobile pack. And I believe that's a mod by Piercy. Same one that did the speedboat and the fishing boat that I used. These are a little off. Here's the DeLorean, because I wanted the DeLorean. And I finally realized how to get them to go in reverse. Because the instructions say to use shift. But it's actually, if you go into the mod, it's actually the sneak key. So we will demonstrate that. But I do have to say, with the 5.7 release, that now you can't really see, but I intentionally did that. I get a lot better they said a lot of graphics improvements. And they're right. I get a lot more frames per second. And usually it's about 20 frames per second. So let's get into the pavilion. And And this is the pavilion at night. Ooh. And I was going to build it on camera, but today's video takes a little bit of different turn. So you have the park over here with the willow trees and such. Real cool. And then you come down here, and this area was unused. So I added these artistic arches or canopies over that. I think it turned out pretty cool. But I created a problem at the same time. You can see there's leaves on top of there. These are bush leaves. I think I want shrubbery. There we go, shrubbery. And the reason why that will work, because I wanted, but because of the way I used, oh, that'll look cool. That's sort of the look I want. Yeah, that's cool. But they ride up a little bit. So I wanted to create this kind of now the other side, the tree overhangs it, so it turned out giving me what I wanted. But we can take we can just do this. And then I'm going to fine tune it. But it adds some life to that. Nice. Oh, the sun's coming up. Cool. I don't have to switch. So we're going to take a look here real quick at the little pavilion center. So we have... I'm still trying to figure out all my settings are set, and it seems that the cinematic, oh, it is working. Okay. There's only one bug I can find, and I will show that. So we have some flowers. Ooh. I gotta put something on here. But it creates a sign. You come inside, and obviously, because this is the only thing I'm really good at, is making restaurants. So we have a restaurant here, or a snack concession, whatever. It's cool, and I like to do this adding. If you take the stuff that's in the what do you call it? You take stuff that is in. Uh-oh, that was weird. You take stuff that's in and put it in the circular saw, and you can create all these different kind of panels and slabs, and then you can create countertops. And because this node is lower, you can put stuff on it, but you can create this lip to give it like a bar. Nice. We have tables. No. Oh, I didn't put... No, we'll do that real quick. We'll do that real quick. So I need a sink. I just grabbed that one. And a mirror. And a toilet. I think that's all, and a towel. Standard things that you would find in a bat room and a trash can. Because why not? There we go. So usually this one can be like a handicap. Ready one. Nice. And we can put a flower here. Because why not? And we'll give it... We'll give it some cool looking flowers. one's done. Come over here. And this one, I mean, you can get elaborate. I'm just throwing it in for realism because I can. And we want to, did I put a trash can in the other one? I don't know. We'll go see. There we go. But there you have it. There's a completed pavilion. And it's a festive little area. We got flowers everywhere. We got trash cans. Keep the area clean. Oh, I wanted to add, because we can. No, you don't put it over the sink. I mean, you don't put it over, what do you call it? Oh, the wind is blowing outside. I don't think you can hear that. There, now it's realistic. Cool. But this area is done, which brings me to a couple of the questions as we go and watch the sunrise. Look at that view. That is so cool. I wanted to take a picture of that because why not? You know, it would help if I killed all the, what do you call it? What the? No, get away. There we go. Just to take a picture. Ooh, that's even cooler. And the fox came into the picture. Nice. Turn back on debug. We're at 60 frames per second right here. And on 5.6.1, I would be at like 30. And it's kind of strange because the game is playable at 20. Sometimes there's a little bit of lag. So one of the comments, Omega Crazy Tales. I like your videos and have I like your videos. I have a few that I have been working on here and there. I'm assuming ideas, which is very cool. And hey, send us your screenshots. That'd be most cool. Riptide Razor, I've been watching your channel for 4 years. Thank you. I have taken a lot of inspiration from your builds and have been amazing by the complexity and aesthetics of them. But I have always a problem placing structures. I never find a good spot. Any tips on how you can find a build or make an area around the build? Could also provide a link to the texture pack. Oh, okay. So, and then Symbicon sent in some pictures of libraries. There's a Chicago library and the actual new library for Lombard from their press release, a render, which is cool. The cat can meow in their sleep. Yeah, they do. You'll just walk. This one's awake, but you'll see the little Z's and then you'll hear the meow. I don't know. What are you doing? What are you doing? Hi. That's a goat. That's not a cat. So, yeah, it's funny because the dog will bark in its sleep. You'll see the little Z's. Coming off of there. There's a kitty. And they make noise when they sleep. So cool. Also... Waza64. Thank you very, very much. And let's see. So going back and Waza64's channel is really cool. He takes it to a different area than I do. A lot of with the Tech Age mod, which I'm still playing with. I'm still getting there because to get more things unlocked in the mod, you have to, you have to progress. And as everybody knows, I play creative and not survival. So there is that. I have been noticing more and more things appear in creative mode. All right. Yeah. Hi. I'm filming a video. Thank you. Thanks. So the main topic obviously is the pavilion, but ooh, listen to that engine purr. Nice. So let's open the roof. Cool. And direction by mouse. Now we're steering with our mouse. Hit the sneak key. The S key is the brake. Move doggy doggy. This Doom buggy. Oh, there we go. This Doom buggy needs a tune-up. You know, I noticed one thing. Oh, there's a horn. Come on, light, turn green. There we go. We got green light. Wow, this thing's still working. I did notice something that I installed my traffic lights all incorrectly. Wow, that's horrible. I think it's because, and I'm still at 55 frames per second. Nice. I'm gonna park this thing because you know, in rehearsal it never stuttered. I think we're gonna bring this to the auto shop. So these traffic lights are not how they're supposed to be, and I can't remember why I did it this way. The light that you're seeing right now should be across the road. Now I can change it, which I plan. Oh, I got a green light. I plan on doing. So I am going to fix them to be more realistic, but they work. I mean, you know, we're going to go into the gas station here because why not? And we're going to leave it right here because now I'm wasting time, but it works. Oh, I forgot. I got to put the roof up. And watch this. You can turn the wheel and you get out and the wheels are still turned. Isn't that cool? It really is. So when I pick a location for a build, as you saw the pavilion, I try not to alter the terrain that much. So we'll go over here. I do flatten out certain areas, but this is all how it generally was. And this was a cliff. So you can see how I put the road in and I made it an overpass. Now this here, this was all built up. I had to hand make all this. And mostly with the wand, I don't know what mod that came from. So if we have, there's a blow wand cover, flat hemisphere wand. What's this one? Flat square wand. These are very, they can do a lot of damage. So we're going to go over here to an area to demonstrate. So what wand? I have a cover wand. So this is like cover stuff. And then we have the flat hemisphere wand. Oh, you know what that is. So, oh, whatever block that you click on or you select, it's going to add that block. So you can see how it keeps extending. It keeps extending that. But now if I hit this, it extends that, the sand, that. And subsequently, there's grass. So what's down there? Oh, hi. And then we have the flat square wand, which adds a flat square, just like it sounds. But then we have the blow wand, which just, it blows everything away. So all these wands can be useful in making your whatever landscape that you want to do. And then you have things like, so let's get rid of the wands because they are very dangerous. I think I wanted to find what my fall, that's kind of interesting, the fall wand. We also have, there's a water and a lava wand. Oh, smoothing, that's a cool one. But we can also come in, and so for smoothing, I'll use smoothing because it does what it'll blend in areas. See how cool that was? But it has some side effects. There's a side effect. And then the fall wand, that made stuff fall before. Oh, it killed it. Oh, that's interesting. Usually the fall wand would make things that normally wouldn't fall down, fall. This is just getting rid of them. Smooth wand and fall wand. And what? I have to find out what, I can't remember what mod that came from. I'll have to look that up. But nevertheless, now I'm lost. And now I have to find civilization. Ooh. That's kind of strange. So you can see here how the area is very hilly. I don't recognize this area at all. Now I'm going to waste, 35 minutes trying to get back. Oh, let's turn on. There we go. I'm going the wrong way. So, oh, what in the world? I was doing something out here. I was doing something out here. I don't know what. What is that? It's a vine leading to nowhere. Okay, so I built up this area here. I know where I'm at now. To create, because it was all cliffs. And this area here, this was all like this. So I usually try to build into my surroundings. And here you can see this this cliffside house. And this was where this area here ended. Now I've cut away some of it right here to make the stairs and everything. But for the most part, this was a landscape. And I just thought this was a cool area to build. This road goes actually down to the back side of the barn, the working farm, and then it goes all the way up to the factory. But you come in here and it just looks like a house in the middle of the woods. And you don't even know it's on a cliff. So the same thing here. Now I've flattened the road, and you can see how you have all these like cliff sides, mountain sides, whatever you want to call them. That's because I cut through this area. They extended through the road. This house here, I just flattened the area a little bit. And then same thing with this house here. This house is actually built into the side of the hill for the first floor. And then the second floor, obviously, it comes up and is level with this area back here, which was smoothed out a little bit. But all this stuff here, this was all, there's somebody doing some kind of construction. I made that lake. That's a fish stock lake. But that was a big crater. So that the builds fit the landscape. Uh-oh. No rats. Sorry. Will that get me demonetized? Doing rat patrol. So all this area here. Now, the area for the town, you can see here I've incorporated, because it actually, all this extended out. And I just use it as a backstop. And it turns out. But this area here was here. So I extended the roadway. All this was hand built into this pine tree forest. But behind the motel, or behind the hotel and mall, that's how all this was. This was all pre-existing. What is that down there? Oh, I went down there to see what it was. And I left a lot of it. So I cut out the area that I was going to put the house in. And you can see back here, that's how this like little mini mountain or whatever grew. And I extended it back here and just hid it behind these trees and such. But other than the towns, now you can create a world that's flat. Behind these buildings, it goes back into the natural landscape. But now I flattened out a lot of this area. And we're going to come up to the, see these traffic lights, these should not be here. They should be on the other side. So I can fix that. One of the worst areas, if you come down here, because I'll show the one bug, and we get a chance just to play around. So this was all flattened out for the secret evil headquarters, but this is all natural back here. This is how the landscape was. And you can see I extended the roadway and made overpasses and bridges and such. One of the things that interests me is that I had a road going through here, but this was the landscape. So you have to ask yourself, what would look cool here? A tunnel. And then on top of that is the restaurant built in the hill. So this is all natural, and I liked it so much that I left it and incorporated the build into the side of the cliff. There's somebody drilling outside in concrete. I don't know. I hope it's not bleeding over. But here's this mall. And obviously I had to flatten the area to get the mall in. And there are worlds that you can create, and it'll ask you if you want dungeons and caves and all that. And there's a flat world. So I know, like on Andy is Yoda YouTube channel, and he does a lot of Minecraft builds. And they will start out with just a flat earth. And then they'll build the landscape and all the other the landscaping, the trees, the mountains, everything that you would see in that. Now, here's one problem I'm having with 5.7.0. These windows. And these windows are from Home Decor. And you'll notice when I get close to them, we're at... See, now these are... Oh, see how it's lagging real bad? These windows have something to do with it. And it gets real apparent when I come over here and I look at this, and I can't change the windows because they're an integral part of the design. But when you come up to them, they frost. and now all of a sudden we're at 3 FPS. So I don't know why these windows would act like that, but they're home decor plain window. So I'm going to have to look in the code and find out. Look at that lag. And then it goes away and the windows go back to being clear. I like them clear. So I think it has something to do with the graphic part. I don't know. I will figure it out. But for the most part, I have a few more to show before we end. And it can get real messy because this is the last area I worked on. So here's the motorcycle beauty shop. Cool. And I added these, the big buildings. But this is the next area that I'm developing. And you can see I've had to cut into the side. So I have some decisions to make. How do I want to blend in? How do I want to blend in this area? Oh, I think I'm doing it as we speak. This is the smoothing wand as we talk. This is kind of cool. If I could, you have to click on, because this is adding, this is very neat. So you could gently blend in. Look at that. It's not going to stay like that, but this is definitely an idea. I will try to find. It has to do. It's sort of like world edit, but these are. You see, there's where. And this is when you do stuff like that, you have to go in and you have to clean it up. But we'll leave that one alone for right now. And it's kind of oddly satisfying. This one's going to mess up. Oh, no, it didn't. Good. But look at the change that we made. It looks more like a natural mountain. But generally, you go from the top down. That looks a lot more natural than it did just 2 minutes ago. But back here, so I'm dealing with this. So what do I want to do with this? Do I want to clear all the trees and fill it in, which is most likely what I'm going to do? I'm going to make this all level because I want to actually come down to this beachfront. That looks weird. Oh, I like how it just brought that down to size. Cool. But look at, like I said, I was working on this area back here. Do I want to extend this out and make this all one level and then bring it down? Which is most likely what I'm going to do. And then you have all this area here. Why am I carrying around? Goodbye. Get rid of that. Because I want to blend it into this beachfront. And this all back here is all going to be, that's kind of cool. It's gravel. And all the sounds are working. Nice. I think I left this because it was like a gravel pit. So you can see that you could create a whole brand new world where it's nothing but flat, and you can go that route, in which then you have to build your landscaping, or you could do like what I tried to do is I tried to incorporate the surrounding features into all the builds. As you can see here, we're going to fly under the bridge as we come to the circular hotel or circular restaurant. and you just make it part of the scenery. So when you're coming to the front, you don't even know that the back overlooks a bay, a cliff. And then this area all in here, this is all just left natural. More tunnels, more where I actually cut through, built this home into the hillside. And I came over here because there's a home that these homes here, this is all unchanged. I got to get rid of that biome. But these are built on the existing landscape, incorporated in. This one I took a little bit too extreme. It actually goes into the earth. But that's kind of cool too. So from the front of the road, that's what you see. This is all you see from the front of the road. And it's not until you come to the back that there's the house. Here's another house that's built on the hillside. And so here's the castle. Obviously the castle is built into the hillside. But you have all these houses here that they take advantage of the cliff. I don't know what is going on here. They're dancing or something. I have no idea. And it is how you say, see, I could use the smooth wand on that. That looks horrific, but I don't want a chance breaking it. Now this area here, I had to cut a lot of stuff out to make the Frank Lloyd Wright Falling Water house. But this area here just cried out that this was the perfect place for this house. And if we come to the road, when we go down, I actually cut into the hillside to put this here and incorporated the hill into the build. And that's just something that that's just something that's how I build. Now, the library here, this is all unchanged, and it sort of fit. But if you looked at the real pictures of the library, you notice that this area here was extended more. But that's because that's all I had to make compromises in putting in the build. And I think I took 2 layers of grass away from here to make it equal with the road. And adding where the road elevates, it just adds dimension. And like I said, this house here again, the basement and what appears to be the first floor, this was just built into the existing landscape. And this is going to be the last house we show, but this is another one where very little was done to the landscaping to make this house. This house was basically built around the landscaping. And this one similarly. So it has a whole different attitude when you look at it from this little bay compared to when you see the front of the house. It looks like a semi-normal house. The same thing with this one. So that's it. That's going to be it for today. And obviously the lighthouse is on a cliff edge. This bay, I just deepened it. The arboretum was just built into the side of a mountain. This was actually one of the very first builds I ever did. And it survived all this time. And it links in the train station and everything. This area back here, I did flatten it, sort of. But I never do anything that is that detrimental to the landscape, like completely blow away all the landscaping to make a build work. I tried to, not that I'm any kind of like green tree hugger, but I tried to incorporate the build into the landscape. And it does provide a challenge. And one last house, because this area was all flattened out, but you have the cliffs, and that's fine. This house was built into the side of the hill. So you just have to, it was all built into the side of a hill. Oh, there's a sleeping cat. There's a Z's. No, now it's not gonna meow. Oh well. So, oh, there's another one. This is another cliff house. And you kind of get tired of building cliff houses, but the uniqueness of incorporating something into the side of a mountain or hill, or being part, it does, this whole project over here just built into the side of a hill. That's what you see here. That's the actual, this was the actual dirt, or dirt and grass on top of the mountain. And I just chiseled away and added my features. So there you have it. We're going to go back over by the modern farmhouse. The diamond house was another one, which we'll fly past. This area was built up. You could tell how it's a little unnatural, but to fit the area. There's a diamond house. So I try to just build around and make it look good, if that makes any sense. This is one of my favorite houses, with the huge swimming pool, fish tank. More built on. You find that there's a pattern that I like to build things that on one side overlook, and on the other side they look normal, or they look average, and go from there. So we will go right here. That's going to do it. Gotta say hello to the turtle. I'm just going to go back in by the fire. Oh, I'm still trying to get used to, because I think there's something going on with the cinematic. We'll go back over here and just chill. There you go. The pavilion's done, and we did a quick tour. We're just going to hang out here by the fountain. All right. So that's going to do it for this episode. Thank you very much for joining. And yeah, hopefully that inspired when I build something, I mainly first have the intention of how do I want it? What is going to please me? So it doesn't matter whether or not obviously people build cars and they build houses and they build gardens and stuff like that, to kind of show off their work. And hopefully other people will come by and say, oh, that looks really cool. So there is that intent, but first it has to please the person that's making it. And this is just a game. So you can build completely against the laws of physics and reality and make what you want. And then, you show it. And I try to add an element of realism into whatever like fantasy build that there is. And you go from there. So, yeah. I don't know. There's no other way to explain it. And I didn't want to use the word, but I'm going to. Imagination. It all requires, imagination. So just do it, I guess. Oh, here's another sleeping kitty. You gonna meow for me? Usually when the Z's are coming up and they meow is when like they're waking up. It's dreaming. Yes. All right. You're okay. I'll let it sleep. So again, thank you very much for watching. I'll leave you with this beautiful scene of the fire overlooking the gardens. And until next video, yeah. Goodbye.